Hey, tubies! It's Psychic Bob. It is so awesome to be with you. Well, welcome. Welcome to our show tonight. It's Thursday night. That means it's time for our spiritualist seance. How are you guys out there today? So good to see all of you. Well, welcome to our gathering. It's good to see all of you. Oh my gosh, let's see who's here tonight. Oh, there's Sandra Juskin here. Oh my gosh, there's Lady Jane of the Earl Grey Tea Tribe. There's Stardust C is here. Yay, there's Baroness Colabobs. Yay. Shout out to Baroness Colabobs. Thank you for your service there. She's working as our moderator tonight. What is a moderator? Well, she's in chat. She's got the blue wrench. And if anybody comes in to bother anybody in chat, start problems, or be rude, she'll chuck that blue wrench at them, get them out of here. Thank you for your help tonight. Oh, there's Amsterdam. So how nice to see. There's Bela Claire is here. Yay. There's Amy Radcliffe. Hello, guys. So good to see all of you. Well, welcome. For those of you who may be new here, my name is Bob Hickman, Psychic Bob, and I am a professional psychic medium. Most people, I think, know what a psychic is. You know, we talk to the energies, we predict the future, but a lot of people don't know what a medium is. And a medium is somebody whose body, is mind, spirit are sensitive to spirit presences. And as a medium, I open the door and I channel spirit people through, and I receive messages. So tonight we're going to do what's known as an old style spiritualist seance. And I'm going to go into trance tonight and let the spirit people come through. Now, some of you who may have never seen channeling before, you may not know what this is. And I just want to invite you to, hold on a second, guys. I got emergency text. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry, everything's cool. So for those of you who may have never seen trance channeling, trance channeling is where when I put myself in a trance state, the spirit people merge their energy with mine. In a sense, they overshadow temporarily my mind and body. Now, this is different than possession, because in possession, a spirit forces its way in. But in channeling, it's really about an energy blend. So they don't dominate me or control me. I allow them to use my energy, and I take some of their energy, and they come through. I never know what's going to happen. It's always an adventure. It's always interesting. But I'm so glad you guys are with us tonight, and I welcome you to our channeling event. Now, if you guys are enjoying Psychic Bob and having a lot of fun, you can have Psychic Bob 7 days a week, because I put out a video every single day. So I hope you'll join us. This Saturday also we have a special, well, it's not special, it's every Saturday, but we have psychic development class. So if you're interested in learning about how to open your psychic abilities, you might want to come out to our Saturday class. We're going to do a class on how to communicate with angels, literally the angelic realm, angel guides, how they work with us, how to communicate with them. So if you're interested in that, you might want to join our Saturday class, and you can register for that over at my website at PsychicBob.com. Cola will put it in the chat tonight, so watch for that. And if you're really having fun and you want to make it a Psychic Bob Marathon weekend, this weekend we also have a special event on Sunday, Psychic Bob's Inner Circle. Now, the Inner Circle on Sunday, by the way, both the Saturday class, the Psychic Development, and the Inner Circle on Sunday are going to be held at 12 o'clock noon on Zoom. Each class is 2 hours long. The first class, as I said, is on angel communication. That's going to be Saturday from 12 p.m. until 2 p.m. The price for that class, the Saturday class, is $30. That class is limited to 30 people, so make sure to register, because we get a large group every week. Don't wait till Saturday, you won't get in. So just go to my website, PsychicBob.com, and register. Okay, it's over there. Now, I have a second class that I'm doing on Sunday. It's called Psychic Bob's Inner Circle. This class is a little different. because it's a limited group of only 10 people. I don't allow more than 10. In the Sunday class, the Inner Circle, it's much more up close personal time with me, where I share my insights. I give you my true prophecies of what's going on. We talk about things that we cannot talk about here on YouTube due to the censorship. So a lot of people like that because they really get to find out the real scoop of what's going on. This Sunday, Inner Circle is going to be about, also we're doing a topic on Mars, the mystery of the planet Mars. We're going to talk about, is there life on Mars? The occult history of Mars, how Mars has been used in astrology. What does Mars in your astrology chart mean? Can it be powerful? Can it be destructive? What if you want to do magic with Mars and pull that power in? How do you do that? So we're going to explore all about the mysteries of the planet Mars on Sunday. So you can make it a Psychic Bob Marathon weekend between, seance tonight and tomorrow night on Friday, we're going to do live psychic readings, same time. Saturday, we're going to have tarot readings as well in the evening. So we got something every day this week. So if you're interested in either the Saturday Psychic Development or the Sunday Inner Circle, also check with Baroness Kolobob's. The Inner Circle class is not on my website, so you'll need to contact me. Either send me an email at my website. It says, Psychic Bob, I want to be in Sunday's class. I will be sending out invoices tomorrow night for the Sunday class. The Sunday class is $50. And that's 2 hours. But in that class, there's only 10 people, so you get much more personal time with me. And I will also answer a psychic question. So bring your psychic questions, and you get, because you know how here we have hundreds of people. And I can't spend a lot of time. Well, on Sunday, you get much more personal time with me, So I hope that you'll explore one or both of those options. Saturday Psychic class, $30, register at the website. Sunday Inner Circle, contact me at my website. Send me an email and I will send you an invoice. Hope that makes sense, okay? Thank you very, very much. Also, next Wednesday, we're going to do a private seance event on Zoom. For those of you who were picked to be in it, I limited it to just a few people. I did send invoices. Check your emails if you were notified that you were in. If you got an invoice from me, then you're in. Check your spam folder if you don't see it. Talk to Baroness Kolobob's if you have any questions. So as I say, 7 days a week, you got Psychic Bob. I'm so glad you're here. And we're going to hold a seance. So what we're going to do is, I like to work in softer lighting. So I'm going to bring down the lighting. And we're going to put on the red light because it's going to be sunset soon. As it gets dark, we'll be in the red light. Now, every psychic works differently, but that's just how I like to work, okay? So I hope that, you'll just hang out with us, okay? So I thought what we do is do a little invocation to open the spirit world door, okay? So now everybody just to relax. Just close our eyes for a moment. Very good. We call forth now, Mother, Father, God. We invoke the divine spirit. We ask, Mother, Father, God, that you'll be with us this night as we open the door between the worlds. We ask you to be present and guide us, protect us, and bless us. We invite now all those good spirit guides, angels, loved ones, people from the other side who come with love in their hearts and in the highest and best good. We invite you in tonight, and we ask you to open our hearts and minds to the guidance of the spirit world. We welcome you for your presence here, and we ask now that you bless us, guide us, and anoint us with the presence. We now open the door to the spirit world. So mote it be. And so mote it be. All right. Well, guys, thank you for joining us for that invocation. And we are now going to go into trance. And I will see you when I get back. All right. Blessed be. Oh, greetings. This is Fletcher. Give us just a moment. We've got to get control of the medium's vibration. Oh, well, top of the day to you. Oh, looks like there's a lot of soul glow out there tonight. I be seeing a lot of you with your souls a sparkling. You know, humans, when they're close to God and they got love in their hearts, they sparkle over here. We call them twinkling little stars. And there's a lot of twinkling stars in the sky tonight. Well, we're so glad that we're with us tonight. And we got a few people be wanting to say hello to you. So I'll be back in the background, keeping an eye on our medium as we bring them through. I thank you for being here tonight. This is Fletcher, over and out. Good evening. Some of you who have gathered here tonight have fear in your hearts. You look at the world about you and you say, there is danger in the world. You say, is it the end of the world? Are we all going to die and come to oblivion? The world is not meant to end. I should wish to bring this message to you from the spirit world tonight. It does appear that things upon the earth are in a very precarious situation. But try to understand that you as a collective consciousness can steer the direction of reality in your realm. If each of you here tonight who are gathered to hear the sound of our voices would offer up a prayer tonight for peace upon the earth, for easing of tensions around the world, and for people to open to the divine spirit, even such a small group as is gathered here tonight could change the very course of history. Many humans come into the earth and they walk about thinking that they are victims of other people's cruelties. And it does appear that way oftentimes. But when you are at a time of persecution and suffering, you should gather with your fellow people who suffer, and together you should unite your minds and hearts in prayer, in calling upon the spirit world, calling upon infinite intelligence, divine power. This little act of prayer, this choosing to choose light over darkness, will make all the difference in your journeys. I come here tonight to say to you, do not dwell in fear and darkness. You have come to the earth to experience joy, to experience light, to live and be a vessel of the divine spirit. But many of you have forgotten that you even have a spirit. We do not say this as an accusation or to be hostile, but we say this in a way to remind you that you have forgotten your true power. Each of you carry the spark of the divine light, and so we invite you, dwell in that light, call upon it, let it empower you, and you shall discover that you can change the course of history. Divine power flows through each human. As we said, unfortunately, most humans forget their divine birthright and instead choose the way of greed, power, destruction. There is power in these things, and you might say, why are humans drawn to these sorts of behaviors? It comes because they seek the power of the spirit world, yet they have forgotten it. And so they find that destructive behaviors give them a sense of power. But true power is rooted in love, not hatred, not violence, not destruction. So remember to keep love in your heart and walk in the light of the spirit. If you would but call upon us and say, Alfred, come and help me. Rose, come and help me. Fletcher, come and help me. Call on your angels to come and help you. We should be there in just a brief moment at the speed of light, and we should help change the environment around you. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, afraid, fearful, or angry, invite us into the situation and let us help bring balance. We can only intervene to the degree that we are invited. So you must ask us. We are not allowed to force our presence on the earth. But if humans invite us, we shall come. Some of you have looked to the skies and said, will we be saved by those who travel in the craft, those who are known as aliens or beings from other worlds? Know that those beings from other worlds do watch and observe, and at times they too shall intervene. The difference between you and the star persons or star people or aliens as you call them is that they understand the spirit world. They have learned the temporary reality of the bodily life, and they have embraced a spiritual view. And so they do not fear death, and they say no need for destruction. The alien worlds are more advanced than the humans, for they have been through war, destruction, and violence. They have seen entire planets destroyed. They do not wish for this to happen to Earth, and so they guide also from the stars, and even from closer to your own homes. So know that there are many people about, watching, guiding, helping. You can look to the star persons to help you, as well as to the spirit world. I leave these thoughts with you. Let your wishes for others to speak. But I thank you for receiving me. My name is Alfred. Oh, give us just a moment here. Got to get control of the vibration. Oh, there we go. Well, got a lovely lady here who'd like to say hello to you. And I think some of you know her. So I'll let her introduce herself. Greetings, my dears. My name is Rose. Oh my, I do say, as I was listening to Alfred tonight, I was so inspired. During my time on the earth, we used to often talk about those people who come from space, the alien people. And I was at a dinner party once, and someone said, Rose, do you think there are little green men in flying ships? And I used to laugh and say, oh, not that I've ever seen. You know, we had the false concept that life in the universe was simply impossible. We believed ourselves to be good Anglican Christians, that God made the world, governed it, and that was all there was to know. I must tell you, my dears, this was a very limited view. Those of you here who gathered tonight, I think you're most fortunate, who live in a time upon the earth where you can see and know things that are greater than anything we could have seen or understood. I remember during the war years, one of the Royal Air Force, RAF pilots, saying to me, Rose, sometimes they help us when we're under attack. When the Nazis are bombing, they arrive in the glowing luminous saucers and they save Britain. I was told by more than one RAF pilot that the alien people helped save Britain during the war. I did not believe it at the time, and I thought, oh, it must be a hallucination, too much oxygen deprivation or something of that sort. But the truth is, my dears, that those who dwell in the stars are more advanced than the earth people, and they will come and help you on the earth. Since coming over here to the spirit world, I've learned that there is life throughout the cosmos. One of the things that we are able to do as spirits is to travel through all of God's creation. Do you know I have traveled to the moon and to Saturn to see the rings, and to Jupiter to explore the giant red storm? My dears, life exists throughout the cosmos. From our perspective in the spirit world, it makes sense. Now we understand. We can say, well, of course, the mind of infinite intelligence, that is our name we call God, infinite intelligence, is unlimited, and therefore his or its expressions are unlimited. When I speak of infinite intelligence, I never know how to describe infinite intelligence. It is Father, it is Mother, it is the All. It is singular. It is plural. It is multifaceted. It is one. It is simply beyond our comprehension. But when you come to the spirit world, you'll get a little glimpse of infinite intelligence. And it will give you a perspective that you do not have whilst on the earth. So we're very patient with you from the spirit world, for we know that your vision is much limited, unlike our vision, where we can understand the mysteries of the universe, of the cosmos. Anyways, when I heard Alfred speaking tonight about those flying saucer people, aliens, I suppose you would call them, star people, I could not help but remember those stories that the Royal Air Force pilots told me back many years ago. Well, you know, while I'm here tonight, I wanted to also bring some words over to a few of you from the spirit world. And I do hope that you will allow me to speak to you. I do not wish to be rude or impose myself, but I like to think that when we gather, that you already give me a little permission, and I hope you will understand my perspective on this. From the spirit world, we look at you and we can see your soul journeys, and we know who are ready to receive us. And so it is with that first inkling of knowledge that I come to the first person this evening. I should like to speak to Amanda Schultes, my dear. My dear, this is Rose. I do hope you can hear me this evening. I should like to let you know, my dear, that I am over here to come to you tonight, to give you the voice of congratulations. There are those over here in the spirit world who have been observing you. We know of your struggles on the earth. We know how you have tried to open your heart and your mind to the spirit world. And we come to give you encouragement, my dear. You need not fear communication with our world. Our world is a world of light. Our world is a world that will bring you peace, that will bring you happiness. And if you just simply say, yes, spirit people, I receive you, we shall draw close to you. Do you know, sometimes, my dear, in the still small hours of the night, you will wake up from your slumber, and you yourself sense the presence is about you. You know that those of us from the other side are with you, that we're near you, and we come to help you. So do have faith in us, my dear. Do know that we call to you. We shall whisper rather than shout, for we do not wish to trouble you. We do not wish to upset you, my dear. But you have spoken of over here. Edgar Casey is here, and he wishes to have a short word with you. So I shall step back for a moment. Mr. Casey, would you like to come through the medium? Thank you. Well, good evening. I hope you can hear me. This is Edgar Casey, and I'm here just to send a kind greeting to Miss Amanda Schultes. Miss Schultes, please understand that we are working to expand your channeling abilities. You need not be afraid. We're gentle people over here. Now, you know, when I was on the earth, somebody once said, Mr. Casey, you are a fine Southern gentleman. And I said, well, I don't know about that, but it's awful kind of you to say it. But you know, since I've come over here to heaven, I've learned that kindness does pay. And you have a kind heart, my dear. So you want to please just be kind to yourself. You're very good to other people, but you're harsh on yourself, my dear. There's no competition in spirit world. You got to remember, my dear, to let love in your heart and just let us be close. We ain't going to hurt you, dear. We're kind people. You're a kind person. We're all going to get on just fine. Thank you for receiving me. Do call upon me. Remember my name. I'm Edgar Casey. God bless you, my dear. There we go. Oh, greetings, my dears. I do hope you can hear me. Miss Amanda Schultes, I do thank you for receiving us. Mr. Casey shall be working with you, and we're so pleased for your openness to our presence. We shall not betray your trust, my dear. Whilst I'm here, I should like to speak to another person, if I might. Dear Sandra, oh, Sandra dear, can you hear me? This is Rose. My dear, I've come to let you know that your time of fear and trepidation will soon end. Sometimes you feel alone walking upon the earth, and you think that there is no hope. You think, I'm trapped in a cycle of despair. I shall end up in the street penniless. My dear, I suppose a less enlightened person, someone who only thought of material things, could end up in a jeopardizing situation. But, my dear, your heart is turning towards God more and more. And we in the spirit world see your light. It is your light that is your power. My dear, that light within you is the light of God, or we say infinite intelligence. It flows through you. It animates you. It preserves you. It will protect you, my dear. But in the day of trial, you must remember that it is infinite intelligence and the spirit world who is your true power. Of your own accord, my dear, you could wander and fall into darkness. So do not, my dear, ignore us. We don't say that in a hostile way. We say that in a loving way. We will be your allies on the journey. Archangel Michael will guide you. Archangel Raphael is here to guide you. My dear, let me also assist you. I do hope you will call upon me. Say, Rose, I'm scared today, and I shall be there. You need not fear, my dear. So do trust in us. We have your best interests at heart. And I'm very thankful to have the opportunity to come here this evening to speak to you. And I do hope you will receive my message with the spirit in which it is intended, my dear. Oh, thank you very much. This is Fletcher. Give us just a moment here. Oh, there we go. We've got a lot of electrical energy in the room here tonight. It's affecting the medium's physical body. Hold on, I think Rose is back. Do you want to come in, Rose? All right, step through. Greetings, my dears. I do hope you can hear me. My dears, I should also, whilst I'm here, like to speak to another dear friend. Lady Nicola, can you hear me, my dear? This is Rose. We're so pleased to be here with you. I've been asked to come to speak to you this evening. My dear, right now you're at a crossroads in your life. You have fear for the future, my dear. But do not forget, you've been in far worse circumstances in your journey, and you have survived. There's no need to suffer or to fear suffering, my dear. You've overcome all of your tests. You're entering into a new 5-year energy cycle, my dear. The last 5 years for you were ones of grave sorrow and suffering. But the next 5 years shall be years of joy, freedom, self-discovery. But you must, my dear, hold on to your love in your heart. Love the spirit. Love the spirit world. Love your higher self and let your higher self guide you. Those of us who dwell on the other side of the veil will help you as well. But you must let us be close to you. You must let go of the need to say, only I can do it, only I'm right. Sometimes those of us from the other side, we like to send others into hope. And so know that in the coming months, you're going to encounter people who will open doors for you. Tomorrow, we've been told that you have a very important meeting to attend. And I want you to know that I shall be there. During my earthly life, I had much influence on the earth. Do you know I averted many wars? Unfortunately, I could not stop World War II, but in the days leading up to that, there were other conflicts that were about to break out. And I said, a good dinner party, and I made peace between nations and formed alliances. My influence today is still felt throughout London. And tomorrow you shall be near London, and I shall be there with you. But my dear, you must allow me to come and to help you. You have another dear friend here, Doris, and she wishes to have a word with you, my dear. So I shall step from the medium and let her come through. But I told him, I said, you can't die for the life of it, didn't I? I've always said that, I have. You know, when I was coming up, I was in the East End of London. And it weren't real nice, you know, with Hitler bombing and all that drama. You know, it's funny, Rose and I, we didn't know each other at the time, but we could have been the best of friends, we could have. Nicola, I want to come and let you know that, remember, I used to be a nurse, and so I'm going to bring some physical healing to you tonight, because you got to be in your best form for tomorrow. I don't want you being all weakly and lying about saying, I can't do nothing, because you've got a lot of help here from the spirit world. And if you let us help you, well, we'll make it a lot easier for you, won't we? Now, you know old Doris here has always been looking after you, and I ain't forgot you. I know sometimes you feel, oh, does heaven even care? But we do care, my dear. But sometimes it's a little hard for us to get through. So you got to stop being hard-headed and making up your mind that don't nobody care about you, because we do care. You know, this lovely lady Rose, she'll be with us. I'll be with you tomorrow at your meeting. But you got to let us guide you. I want you to listen for our voices, because we're going to tell you things, my dear. But you got to let us talk. And if you don't, well, it's going to be harder for you. Well, that's all I got to say. And just remember, life's eternal. And don't nobody die nowhere. You ain't dying. You ain't going to die. And you're going to live. And you know life's about joy. You know, when I was on earth, I was a spiritualist. And I tell you, it made all the difference in my life. I had so much joy. When I would talk to the spirit world and they would talk back, I was able to talk to people. And it made my life joyful. My dear, we want to talk through you and with you. And you're at a transition point right now where you've got to let us lead you. You can't be fighting, because we know how you like to fight against authority. But that's not going to get you nowheres. Well, that's all I got to say. But I love you, my dear, and guiding you very much. And remember, you can't die for the life of you. Keep your chin up. We'll be with you tomorrow. There we go. Oh, my dear Nicola, Lady Nicola, I should like to call you that. Know that we're with you. I shall use my influence, and we will get you into a secure home. The spirit world has not abandoned you, nor shall it forget you, my dear. I thank you so very much for receiving me. There we go. Just a moment, my dears. We're having a little frequency issue. Fletcher's adjusting the vibration. I have another message I should like to bring over tonight. My dear friend, I think she's here. Marjana, can you hear me, my dear? This is Rose. Marjana, this is for you, my dear. I should like to tell you that those of us in the spirit world, we're a bit concerned about your health, my dear. You see, you've not been giving yourself enough rest. You run yourself ragged every day, my dear. And this is slowing down your spiritual progression. Now, physically, my dear, you're quite strong and can continue in this way for many more years. But we should like to remind you that you did not come to the earth to work. You come to the earth to grow your soul. We're inviting you, my dear, to be open to the spirit world. But to be open to it, you must slow down and receive us. Your grandmother is here, and she should like to have a word with you. So I shall step from our medium. Marjana, your grandmother wishes to come through. Just a moment. Marjana, please, I pray for you. I am at Jasnagora. It is the mountain of light. I love you very much, my dear one. Please know that I will help you, but you must. You must not hold on to fear. You have fear of changing your life. You have fear to take control of your destiny. I know that you love your mother and father very much. I love them too. But my dear, you come to earth to learn to grow. I want you not to hold on to fear of other people's control, but to pray. Since I come to heaven, I can visit many people on the earth. And I go to sacred places like a Jasnagora, where I pray always to Our Lady, to the Madonna. In heaven, we can see her face to face, and it is such a beauty I cannot describe to you in a term that would make sense. But I have been speaking to Our Lady on your behalf, and she said to me, we will help her, but she must let us into her heart. And I said, but my granddaughter have God in her heart. And the Mother Mary, Our Lady, says, yes, she has God in her heart, but sometimes she pushes it out with fear. Our Lady says that we can call her whatever name we want. I have special love for her. I call her Chesachova. And she responded to me in this term, Chesachova. Please pray to her. Have her picture. She loves you very much, will help you very much as I would help you. Be willing to change your life. Don't live for work, live for love, live for God. You can let your mother and father be on their own a while you find your path in life. Do not sacrifice your path. I know you say you love, but you must love self too. Our Lady will help you. Call on her. Our Lady Madonna, Shestakova will help you. I love you, my dear. Greetings, my dears. This is Rose. Give us just a moment. There we go. Marjana, dear, I do hope that you have received our messages with love in your heart. and I do thank you for being open to it. Your grandmother was very thrilled to come through to visit with you tonight, and was so happy that the medium's vibration could sustain this interaction. Blessings to you, my dear. While I'm here, I should also like to speak to my dear friend Jasper. Jasper Clausen, my dear. Are you here? Listen, I wish to let you know that many people over here whisper your name about. They say, that wonderful man, Jasper. Many people here speak about your gifts of spirit and how you are opening and becoming a fine medium. Do not worry, my dear, if you're perfect in your channeling. Simply allow us to work with you. We have many great souls here. Edgar Casey is here and wishes to address you. I shall let him come through. Fletcher, will you help? Thank you. Well, hello, Mr. Clausen. This is Edgar Casey. I got to say what she's telling you is the truth. Many people over here are talking about you. In a good way, we say that Jasper isn't he got a lot of soul glow going on. It's true. We see souls glowing bright on the earth. Let yourself be one with our world. It's not so hard. Many people get scared and run away, or they think it's impossible. But you know, if you call on me, I'll help strengthen your channel. I help you so you can keep a clear transmission without damaging your physical body. It's true, a lot of them star people over here, them Palladians and them Octarians and them Andromedans. I tell you, there's so many people in the universe, I can't even rightly remember all of them. I don't know. I just say they're all God's children. And if you think of it that way, it's going to be much easier for you. Don't think I'm going to channel a Pleiadian. Just say I'm going to channel one of God's children, one of my brothers and sisters in the light. So over here, everything's light. And if you let the light work in your heart, well, it's going to all be good for you now, ain't it? Well, there you go. Anyways, I won't stay long. I just wanted to say hello and let you know I'll be helping you with the channel. Thank you for receiving me tonight. There we go, my dolls. Well, you know, I should also like to impart another message, if I might. Fletcher says the medium's power is holding up, so I think we can stay just a little longer. I should like to speak to Lady Jane, what is that name, of the Earl Grey Tea Tribe, I think is what she calls herself. Oh, Lady Jane, I do ever so much love Earl Grey tea. You know, whenever our medium drinks it, we say, oh, good, we can draw close to him. That wonderful scent of Earl Grey is about him. I drink it myself, my dear. Listen, Lady Jane, we want to come to remind you that you're a child of infinite intelligence. Sometimes you'll forget who you are, and you'll think, poor little me, the whole world hates me and is out to destroy me. My dear, we shall not lie to you. There is much hostility around you, but it is not of your own making. It is of the wickedness of others. We in the spirit world have great concern about the earth, and for those of you who dwell upon it. Never in the time of the earth's history has there been a time where evil has arisen as we see it this day. You, my dear, are not paranoid. You're not delusional. You are surrounded by people with evil intent. But we come over from the spirit world tonight to remind you that you have a greater power than any of those who come against you. You have infinite intelligence in your camp. God himself, or herself, or their self, however you wish to call God, for God is unlimited. And you have a whole host of angels. Archangel Michael stands guard over you. He is protecting your children as well. And do not fear, my dear. You shall have reunion with all of them soon. The spirit world wants you to have joy in your lives. And we shall not let any of you or your family be destroyed by those with political ambition or selfish motives. When you're in your moments of despair, and you're at your moments of loneliness, and you'll say, I do not know if I can go on. I want you to pause and say, maybe Rose will help me. Maybe Archangel Michael can help me. My dear, remember, those of us who dwell in the spirit world are watching. We are waiting for an opportunity to intervene, to bring healing, to bring protection, to bring light. Our light is with you, my dear. It is more powerful than any human plan or machination. So remember where your power comes from, my dear. You're also one of those, what do they call them? The wise ones, the wicker. And you know, my dear, over here, since coming to the spirit world, I've learned about her. There was a man that I had the privilege of meeting over here. His name was Gerald Gardner. I asked him, I said, I'm hearing rumors that you on earth were a witch. And he said, yes, it's true. And I said, I heard rumors from one of my friends that your witches helped the country during the Battle of Britain. Is that true? And he said, yes, Mom, it's true. And I said, I'm so fascinated. I had no idea. You know, none of us knew about it back in the day. I suppose it was all kept secret, wasn't it? But I come to understand that these witches, these Wiccans, were good people. I always thought witches were evil. But after meeting Mr. Gardner, I realized that I did not understand the religion. You see, over in the spirit world, we're always learning. And I've come to understand that you, my dear, are one of his followers. You're one of the witches. And so, my dear, Gerald Gardner is going to be guiding you in the coming weeks. Listen for his voice. Fletcher says the medium's power is not strong enough to bring it through tonight. But just know that he is here with us and will be guiding you. He will protect you and give you the words of wisdom. My dear, I hope you don't mind these messages I have brought to you. And I hope you receive them in the spirit in which they are intended. Thank you for receiving them. My dears, Fletcher says the medium's power is starting to wane. And so I shall not be able to stay in the body much longer. But I do ever so much thank you for receiving me. All of you here tonight will receive our help in the next week. If you're here tonight and you said, but I did not get a message, this is your message for all of you. Know that those of us from the spirit world are but a breath away. And if you will call upon us, we shall come in some way, some manner, some form. Know that we come in very subtle ways. It's not always a big grand show. Sometimes it's a little whisper. Sometimes it's a nudge, a hand touching your hand in the night so that you will not be alone. Know that we're working ever on our side of the veil to help those of you on your side of the veil. It is only a thin veil, a gentle vibration that separates us. So we can hear you. We can't see you, my dear. The veil is like, what is the word? A thin chiffon. It does not keep us from you. My dears, thank you for receiving us tonight Know that we send our blessings and our help from the spirit world. I do feel the medium's power starting to wane. And I think my power is starting to wane as well. But I do hope that you will continue to look to our work. No, we are coming. Yeah. Oh. Hi guys, give me just a moment. Ooh. I'm a little dizzy when I come back from channeling. I'm a little lightheaded. Give us just a moment. Mm. Oh, all right. I hope everything worked out. I don't know what happens when I channel. And I'm going to have to go back and see the tape of this, but I hope things went all right for you. Hi, Angel Prayer Poems. Hi, Bob. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Channeling is kind of intense. It's a good intense. It doesn't hurt me, but when I come back, I'm just a little disoriented. Cola says, Bob's baby, you rocked it. Thank you. I hope I did. Robin Bossa says, get some tea, Bob. CR says, so interesting. Thank you. B. Leclerc says, wonderful messages. Sandra says, namaste. It was amazing. Thank you. God bless you guys. Thank you. Lady Jane says, slowly does it, Bob. Take your time. Yeah, I know. I got to be slow. You know, when we sit in a circle, like if we were in a same room together, I would tell all of you right now, don't run up and touch me, because when I come back from trance, if you touch a medium, it can mess up their body's nervous system and injure them. So we don't have to worry about that today. But if you're ever at a seance with a medium, don't run up and grab them at the end of the seance, okay? Thank you, Rising Storm Terror. She said, that was amazing. God bless you. Thank you. There's Rochelle Johnson. Thank you, Psychic Bob. Your messages are greatly appreciated. God bless you. Thank you. JB said, good messages tonight. I missed Alfred coming through, but we'll go back and listen. There's Stardust C. Thank you, JB. Hey, Psychic Bob. Rose came through for me and my grandma, Ania. I'm very happy that I got a message tonight. It was a nice surprise. Well, there you go. Did she come through? Your grandmother came through? Oh, I can't wait to see this. I don't know who comes through when I'm channeling because I'm like disconnected, friends. So cool. Thank you. I can't see names tonight. Sorry if I called somebody by the wrong name. Thank you. There's Michelle Marzana. Hi, incredible. Thank you so much. God bless you, Michelle. Michelle Marzana is an amazing medium, might I say herself. Michelle's trance-channeled spirit people, too. There's Robin Boston. Hello, Robin. Thank you so much. She said, great messages. God bless you. Amy Radcliffe says, I wish we were all in the same room. That would be great. You know, one of the, thank you, Amsterdam. So one of the things that happens when you're in a seance with a medium is if you were physically in the room, one of the things you would feel is the temperature drop. Like it's getting cold in here. And so the temperature drops, and then you would feel an electric current that goes through the room. And it's so interesting because when the different spirit people come through my body, people say it's almost like an electric current pops in the room. Something happens. I've not experienced that, but I've been to other medium seances where I've seen that as well. So I know it happens. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle says, thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, you're very amazing, Michelle Marzano. Stardust says, Psychic Bob, I will watch the replay again. Yeah, I'm going to have to go see it. I don't know what happened. But listen, guys, I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and I'm glad it worked out. I never know when I go into trance if anything will come through. I have had seances where nobody comes through. They can't get the frequencies, and so just nothing happens. But luckily, it sounds like some good stuff happened tonight, so I'm glad. I felt Rose at the end as she was leaving my body. I could feel the frequency going through me, so I knew she was there. Baroness Kolobov says, when you said you felt electric, I did too. I knew you had a message for me. Oh, okay. I have to go see this. CR says, Bob, it was interesting and good advice for us all. I'm so glad. Hi, Amsterdam. So I'm not doing private psychic questions, but if you have a question about seances or channeling, I'll answer that. I'm not tuned in right now to do psychic readings. But tomorrow night on Friday, we'll do psychic questions. Thank you, Robin. Robin says, thank you, Bob. I love hearing the messages. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Mystical Traveler says, yes, good advice. Thank you. Lady Jane says, thanks so much, Bob and Cole. A great show tonight. I'm so glad you liked it. Thank you for being here. Amsterdam has a good question. She says, does the weather affect vibration? Yes, it does. Sometimes if I channel during a storm, sometimes it helps it, because the electrical energy there actually makes it really powerful. And sometimes it can block it. So I don't know. I haven't quite figured out what weather affects it. But yes, the weather and the electrical energy from the weather patterns do affect at least me. And I've heard other mediums say it. Yes, seance and weather. Yes, the weather can affect the seance, Baroness Kolobov says, yes, when it thunders and lightnings, it raises my vibration. I dance in it. LOL. Yeah, I've done seances in electrical storms, and it's actually helped me. I've also done seances in electrical storms, and sometimes it's over powerful, too much energy, and it shorts me out. So I think it's a balancing act, So yeah, it can affect a medium. I can't say every medium's affected, but I can say I'm affected, and there are historical records of mediums being affected by it. Yeah. So I hope that answers that. Well, guys, listen, thank you for being here. I love all of you. Thank you for your support. I have to go back and watch this. But anyways, I'm going to go have a little break now, and I've got to get ready I got a big day tomorrow of readings. Thank you to all who've been calling for readings. I will get to you. I'm still working on scheduling people. I haven't forgotten any of you, okay? But if you've enjoyed this, we do it every Thursday night. We do a seance here on YouTube. Never know what's going to happen, but it's always an adventure. I hope you'll join us. We also, once a month do a private event, and sometimes the private event is a seance like this, but it's much more extensive. So this next Wednesday, we're holding a seance Wednesday night. So if you did ask to be in, then contacted Kolobob's or myself, check your email to see if you got an invoice from me. If you didn't, send me a message or send Baroness Kolobob's a message, and we'll see what's going on. But check your invoices. I have some people who wanted to be in, but they haven't paid their invoices. And I appreciate the support. This is my full-time work, so thank you for everything you can do. Well, guys, listen, I love you. We'll be back here tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday? Yeah, all my days are Friday. Live psychic readings, 7 p.m., I'll be answering your questions in live and doing psychic readings for you. So I look forward to it. I love all of you. Thanks for being here. Blessed be, and good night.